Good morning, students. I am Sister Karina, your hostess for today's session. As you've noticed, I've changed my channel, the name of my channel, from Carolyn's class to Sister Karina's session. I think it's more self-explanatory. That is more like a session than a classroom, and it will be the same content as usual, but just a different name. That's all. Anyway, I apologize that I've not yet been able to upload the Arabic script for you, but I do have some Arabic words that we can learn to enhance our knowledge of the Arabic language. Again, I feel it is important to learn the Arabic language as it will help, I do believe, in our gaining a complete understanding of the Holy Quran. So here goes. Remember, the university is Al Jamiatu. The market is Al Suku. Heard is Samia. Memorized is Hafidha. Went as in he went would be Huwa Thahaba. Understood is Fahima. Came out like he left is Huwa Haraja. Studied is Darasa. And wrote is Kataba. I hope we will remember these Arabic words and learn many more. In the future, inshallah, I want to introduce to you some connecting Arabic words so that we can make sentences with the Arabic words that we have learned today, God willing, or inshallah. Today's lesson that I have extracted from the Islamic Studies Weekend Learning Series by Mansur Ahmed and Hussein El-Nuri, I thought we would focus on the story of Yusuf as told in the Holy Quran. Some people call him Joseph. I do believe he is called that, peace and blessings be upon him, which is something we say after each of our prophets' name is mentioned. Joseph in the Bible. This story will inform us, I do believe, of how our prophet Yusuf, how he overcame temptation while living in Aziz's house. Aziz was a wealthy Egyptian. This phase of Yusuf's alayhi salam, or may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, his life is important in that he was a young man who was faced with the temptation that many young men would succumb to. Although the 10 stepbrothers wanted to kill Yusuf, alayhi salam, Allah had a different plan. A few travelers rescued Yusuf, alayhi salam, from the well where his stepbrothers had dropped him. You may be familiar with this story. It was God's plan to save him, provide him shelter, teach him explanations of dreams, and eventually make him a prophet. After Yusuf alayhi salam's, a shortened version of may Allah's God's peace and blessings be upon him, in case you're wondering, was rescued from the well and carried to Egypt. A person named Aziz bought him for a few dirhams, the money currently used at that time. He bought Yusuf, brought him to his house, and told his wife to make his stay in the house comfortable. The man thought they might adopt him as their son, or if nothing else, they might benefit from him in some way. Life's bittersweet experiences made Yusuf alayhi salam a wise person. Yusuf alayhi salam learned many things from his father, Yaqub alayhi salam, while growing up. Yaqub alayhi salam was a prophet. He gave him knowledge, wisdom, and the ability to interpret dreams. Temptation in the house. Time passed by, and Yusuf alayhi salam grew up to become a handsome young man. The wife of Aziz was named Zuleika. She became attracted to Yusuf alayhi salam due to his handsome looks and attractive personality. One day, when Aziz was not home, Zuleika closed the doors to be alone with Yusuf alayhi salam. She tried to persuade him with sweet words and false promises. She thought Yusuf alayhi salam would agree to her proposal. Yusuf alayhi salam knew that such relationship was immoral. He replied, "I seek refuge with Allah. Surely my Lord has made good my lodging. Surely the wrongdoers are never made to prosper." That's Surah or chapter 12, ayat or verse 23. Three issues are clear from his reply. 1. He sought protection from Allah. 2. He acknowledged the blessings of Allah. 3. He admitted wrongdoers cannot prosper. Let us analyze these three issues. 1. The moment Yusuf alayhi salam realized Zuleika was tempting him with an immoral relationship, he first sought protection from Allah. He said, Ma'ida Lahi, I seek refuge with Allah. He knew that unless Allah protected him, he might end up doing bad things. He knew that if a person has strong faith in Allah and trust in Allah, he will experience Allah's protection. 2. He acknowledged the blessings of Allah by saying, "Surely my Lord has made good my lodging." This means Yusuf alayhi salam was grateful for his comfortable living in the household. He could not betray the man of the house. He could not bring harm or shame to the household. This showed a deep sense of gratefulness for everything the family had done for him. If the family had not provided him shelter, food, and a good life, he could have been lost. Allah wants us to always be thankful to him as well as to others who have done good to us, during good times and bad. Yusuf alayhi salam was never hesitant to thank Allah, even when he was in prison. He said, "And I follow the religion of my forefathers. Ibrahim and Ishaq and Yaqub. It is not for us to associate anything with Allah. This is Allah's grace upon us and mankind, but most men do not give thanks." 3. Yusuf alayhi salam recognized that surely the wrongdoers are never made to prosper. Yusuf alayhi salam knew that whatever Zuleika was tempting him to do was wrong. In the long run, wrongdoing will only lead to disaster. He learned this important lesson from Allah, God, who gave him knowledge and wisdom. What we can learn from the message: all of us are living in a world full of temptation. The wrong, immoral, and prohibited things keep on tempting us. Sometimes we think no one is watching, and we can do things secretly. Such thinking is wrong, because Allah always watches us. Zuleika closed the door and made sure her husband was not home. She thought she would not be caught. The power of Allah. The power of Allah is always present, whether we realize it or not. It works upon us every moment, as we breathe, live, work, eat, play, and so forth. The power of Allah, God, gives us all the good things in life. The power of Allah, God, also causes various sufferings in the world. We do not know why they happen, but we as Muslims believe Allah knows best. The power of Allah causes the sun to rise every day, day and night to happen, rain to fall, and vegetation to grow. Let us read the verse to see how Yusuf alayhi salam realized the power of Allah. And certainly she resolved to have him, and he would have resolved for her, had he not sought or seen the power of his Lord. Likewise, it was that we might turn away evil and indecency from him Surely he was one of our devoted bondsmen. And that's Surah 12, Ayat 24. Zuleika gets caught. Yusuf alayhi salam wanted to run out of the room. He rushed toward the door. Zuleika tried to hold him back by grabbing his shirt, but the shirt tore instead. When the door opened, Zuleika's husband was standing there. Zuleika realized she was caught. To save herself, she at once blamed Yusuf alayhi salam for initiating the attempt. Yusuf alayhi salam tried to tell Aziz what happened, but could not convince him. Then a member of the family came forward and said that if his shirt was torn in the back, then Yusuf alayhi salam was trying to run away, and she was trying to hold him back. The shirt was indeed torn in the back. Thus Zuleika's guilt was established. Aziz realized his wife was the sinner. More temptation and threat. Even though Zuleika was caught, she did not give up her plans to tempt Yusuf alayhi salam. One day she invited her female friends to visit and showed them Yusuf's charm alayhi salam. All of her friends agreed that Yusuf alayhi salam was a handsome man, like a noble angel. Zuleika said that if Yusuf alayhi salam did not surrender to her, she would send him to prison. Yusuf alayhi salam said, "My Lord," excuse me, "the prison is dearer to me than that to which they invite me." And that's Surah 12, Ayat 53. Leaving the bad environment, Yusuf alayhi salam knew that if he continued to stay in this bad environment, he might slip from righteousness. Shaitans, or the devil's, temptation is always present. Yusuf alayhi salam knew that if he could not change the environment, he should leave. But Yusuf alayhi salam was a slave in the house. He could not just walk away on his own. He could only leave if he was in prison. In response to his prayer, Allah God created the circumstances whereby Zuleika finally sent him to prison. In order to remain righteous, Yusuf alayhi salam did not fear prison. He believed the integrity of his character was more important than anything else. He knew that even if they did bad things secretly, he could not hide them from Allah God. Allah God knows everything and watches everything we do. The story of Yusuf alayhi salam is a very interesting one. We should remember it is a true story from the Quran. Excuse me, I got a cold over the weekend. Let's see. The purpose of this story is to provide a moral lesson. We must try to understand the moral lesson of this story. There will be many temptations in our lives, at work, school, at play, at parties, etc. Just because we see someone else doing something immoral or prohibited in Islam does not mean we should do it, even if our so-called friends are doing it. We should learn to avoid temptation. Don't place yourself or allow yourself to be placed in situations whereby you are tempted to do bad things. Remember the adage, yield not to temptation. That means to me not to succumb to temptation. Shaitan, another name for Satan, the devil, is always busy, tempting us to do bad, immoral, or prohibited things. We must first seek Allah God's protection and remember His power. He does have power over all things. I do believe. He is always watching us. I do believe, and we cannot hide anything from Him. So we must be on our P's and Q's, so to speak, and beware of the plots, plans, schemes, and machinations of Shaitan. We must be on guard against him at all times. This concludes our lesson for today. I hope you will remember the story of Yusuf alayhi salam, which is very much self-explanatory. I would like to thank you for your patience, and for listening. I would like to end the session with a prayer, dua, which means prayer in Arabic, to Allah God. May He bless us, keep us, protect us from all evil and harm, strengthen us, provide for our daily provisions, forgive our sins, help us to help each other, get along with each other, and share what we have with each other. Let me ask Allah God if He will allow us to enter into and dwell in this paradise after our demise. I thank Allah God for the many blessings He has bestowed on me and for this opportunity to bring this lesson to you on YouTube. I give Allah all praise, glory, and honor He so richly and rightfully deserves, asking for His blessings upon me, my family, my neighbors, my friends, and all those Allah deems just and deserving. I greet you farewell with the universal Islamic greeting of peace. I say, bid you farewell. Assalamu alaikum.